Hello everyone, my name is Isha and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to study about cell wall and differences between prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. So starting with a basic quote is every new day is another chance to change your life. So what we have learned in the previous video is about what is cell made up of and the differences between diffusion and osmosis. A quick review of today's what we are going to learn is about cell wall and the differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. If you haven't subscribed my channel till now, please do subscribe, hit that bell icon. You will get all the notifications, latest notifications, and please do like, comment, share to my videos. If you like it, please do hit that like button. Let's get started. Now the cell wall. The cell wall, it is a outermost layer of a cell. It is a structural layer which surrounds some type of cells and it is present outside the cell membrane. So the cell wall is present outside the cell membrane, and cell wall, it is a non-living component and it has a rigid coat. Cell wall, it has a rigid coat. It can be tough and flexible, but sometimes it is very rigid. Outside the cell membrane, cell wall is present outside the cell membrane. So first comes the cell wall, then the inner side is about cell membrane. Cell wall, it also acts as a filtering mechanism, as what the molecules, substances, materials goes into the cell, comes out of the cell. So all this is about filtering mechanism. Now, cell wall, it is present in most of the prokaryotes, that is like fungi and algae, and in eukaryotes like plants, but it is absolutely absent in animals. So as you know, the cell wall is present in plants, but there is one prokaryote of prokaryotic organism, that is Mycoplasma. Mycoplasma, it is a prokaryotic organism. It is a very smallest bacteria which does not have a cell wall. This is a characteristic of this organism, that it does not have a cell wall, even though it is a prokaryote. It doesn't have a cell wall. It is a single-celled organism and it is non-motile. Non-motile, it doesn't move. It stays in one position, in one place. Cell wall is present in plant cells and absent in animal cells. Cell wall, it acts as a difference between the exterior environment and the interior contents of the cell. So it acts as the partition, or it separates the inner and outer environment, inner and outer contents of a cell. Cell wall, it is generally arranged in three layers. That is, a plant cell wall, it is generally arranged in three layers, which are composed of carbohydrates. The first one is pectin, the second one is cellulose, the third is hemicellulose, and also there are many more small amount of minerals which are present. So there are three layers of layers arranged in a plant cell wall. So the next is the wall gives cells the rigidity and strength. Rigidity and strength in the sense, whatever the environment changes and whatever the hard environment is there, so it maintains the plants rigidity and strength. It gives the rigidity and strength to all the cells, offering protection against mechanical stress. Cell wall also limits the entry of large molecules that may be toxic to the cell. So as I told you, it acts as a filtering mechanism. So what all are the important ingredients, what are molecules, you can say, it limits the entry, what are toxic and what are not toxic for a cell. It allows, or it doesn't allow to be entered. So the next is cell wall. It is made up of a primary cell wall, then comes the middle lamella, and the third is a secondary cell wall. In cell wall only we have three parts, that is primary cell wall, middle lamella, and the secondary cell wall. So these three are very different and they compose of very different molecules, components, and all sort of things. Next is the plant cell wall. It is mainly composed of cellulose. This is very important. You have to remember this. The plant cell wall, it is composed of cellulose. Now, what is cellulose? Cellulose, it is a substance that provides a structural strength to the plants. It provides a structural strength to the plants. So there is one more word mentioned in your book, that is plasmolysis. Now, what is this plasmolysis? Now, when a living plant cell loses its water, जब plant cell water को lose करता है through osmosis, they get shrink. They all the contents of the cell, they contract, they move away from the cell wall. So this phenomenon or this process is known as plasmolysis. Even this is very important, you have to remember this. Next is the function of cell wall. As we have mentioned earlier also, the function of cell wall are very easy. They provide plant a structural support and they support and protect it. It is also involved in protecting the cell against mechanical stress. The main function of a cell wall is like, you can say, a pressure vessel. It acts as a pressure vessel, that it prevents the expansion of water when it enters the cell, preventing over expansion when the water enters into the cell. So it also provides cell both the structural and support and the protection. So yeah, this is the picture you're seeing on the screen. It is a basic diagram of a plant cell. You can see all the contents, what are their cell organelles, everything, cell wall, cell membrane, Golgi apparatus, vacuole, mitochondria, cytoplasm, chloroplast, ribosomes, everything, rough endoplasmic reticulum. So this is a basic diagram. You can even see the nucleus. Now nucleus is divided into many nucleoplasm, nucleolus, nuclear envelope, nuclear pore. So this is a basic diagram of a plant cell. You can look into it. So getting forward is the difference between prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. So starting with prokaryote, that these does not possess any nucleus and they don't have membrane bound organelles. Whereas in eukaryotic, they possess nucleus and they do possess membrane bound organelles. Whereas in prokaryotes, they are single celled, whereas in eukaryote, they are multicellular. Prokaryote, the cell wall is present, and the cell wall, it comprises of peptidoglycan. These are the contents which is present in cell wall, that is peptidoglycan. And whereas in eukaryotes, the cell wall is absent. If it is present, then only in plant cells and fungus. And if it is present, it comprises of cellulose, that is a content of cell wall. It comprises cellulose. Prokaryote, they don't have well-defined nucleus. It is absent. Instead of well-defined nucleus, you have a nucleoid. What is a nucleoid? It is an open region that is containing DNA. What is DNA? DNA, it is a deoxyribonucleic acid. So moving towards eukaryotic, it has a well-defined nucleus. It is present in it and it is enclosed within a nuclear membrane. Inside a nuclear membrane, it is enclosed within it. So these are more differences. Okay, the shape of a DNA is circular and they are double-stranded in prokaryotes, while in eukaryotes you have a linear and a double-stranded DNA is present in eukaryotes. Mitochondria and Golgi apparatus and endoplasmic reticulum, they are absent in prokaryotes, while mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, they are present in eukaryotes. Ribosomes are 70S in prokaryotes. Ribosomes are 80S in eukaryotes. Asexual reproduction has been seen in prokaryotes, while asexual reproduction is seen in eukaryotes. Now cell division, there is a cell division in both of them. Binary fission, it has been seen in prokaryotes, while mitosis, this is also a type of cell division which has been seen in eukaryotes. Now there are only one number of chromosomes which is present in prokaryotes, while there are more than one chromosomes in eukaryotes. Chloroplast, it is absent in prokaryotes, while it is present in plants and algae in eukaryotes. So for the example, archaea, bacteria are the examples of prokaryotes, and examples of eukaryotes are plants and animals. So this is a basic diagram of prokaryotic cell, you can see a general structure of it. You can see a cell wall, ribosome, and rest of all the things in it. It is a single cell. Now this picture is about eukaryotic cells. You can see endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, nucleus, cell membrane, mitochondria, everything. So this is a basic structure of a eukaryotic cell. So yeah, that's all for today, and in the next video we are going to see about cytoplasm, cell organelles. Each will be given you with the information which is present in NCERT. With a simple way I can explain you. So please do hit that red button, that is subscribe. Do share with your friends. Do like it if you like. And please do let me know if you want something else also. So please do subscribe to my channel. So yeah, thank you. If you have any queries, you can share it on my Insta ID. Thank you.